Welcome to day 4 on our series on the 7 things a leader never says. Have you noticed that when something goes wrong, it's tempting to point fingers and say, "It's not my fault"? Well, that's the 4th phrase that a leader never says. In fact, in Dr. Henry Cloud's book, Boundaries for Leaders, he says that everything that happens from you down in your organization is something you've created or something you're allowing. That is such a powerful truth. But when we don't accept it and take responsibility as leaders, many times we end up creating a culture of defensiveness rather than accountability. And over time, that signals to our team that we're not willing to take ownership. So why should they? Well, great leaders are willing to take ownership even when they're not directly responsible. The default mode for us as leaders should be to ask, what can I do to help fix this? Because by owning outcomes, both good and bad, we set the tone for accountability and problem solving within our teams. So for today's reflection question, I want to ask you, when was the last time that something went wrong on your team? How did you respond? And what message did that send to others? Now, we can take action in this area by taking the lessons that we learned as we reflect on what went wrong last time and pre-deciding how we're going to respond next time when something goes wrong. What does it look like for you in your role to take responsibility? How do we fix it instead of playing the blame game? That's what we want to know, and we want to be ready for next time something happens. I think you can actually sum all that we talked about in today's short session in a Winston Churchill quote, because he was once quoted as saying, "The price of greatness is responsibility." It is responsibility. If we want to be great leaders, we got to start by taking responsibility. Well, tomorrow we're going to look at the 5th thing that a leader never says. I'll see you then.